Okay, but here's the thing. In real time, they'll think I just showed up to do it. They won't realize I sat 20 fucking minutes because Garrett isn't paid enough. It's bad enough he carries our fucking show. I'm sober now, and they say I'm cranky. I'm cranky because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything except my dick last week picking Cleveland Monday. Let's get to it, shall we? Hi, and welcome to Geno's Picks. The good news is I finally beat my Cats 6 last week in pause. What came down to a coin toss of a cover in the Rams-Seahawks game because DJ, pause. They don't even know why I'm doing that. All right. Because DJ Metcalf looked more like BJ Metcalf, blowing our cover with a drop 2-point conversion as we got hooked for a loss. Was it a tough catch? Yeah, but this guy gets paid 6 figures. It's driving me insane to catch that ball. You could pay me 4 figures to drop balls. Hell, me and Steve go across the street and pay Asian chicks 1 figure to juggle our balls. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Because I'm a goddamn professional. Anyway, a 3-2 week 5 still is at 14-11 on the year. So no one is really complaining about my nifty 56% against the spread. So while Daddy is in AC headlining the AC Comedy Club, losing his pants this weekend and his pay at the blackjack tables, they give it to me in all chips so I can play 10 hands at a $5 table. That's a math joke. Please, while I'm doing that, tell your friends to come out and use the code HOTWATER. That's H is in hot water, O is in twat, whatever, for 20% off tickets. But enough about Daddy gambling. This is about you and your gambling. The Seahawks are giving 2 to the Browns in Cleveland. I promised I wasn't going to do this. Pick a Browns game unless I had to. But after what happened Monday night, I fucking have to. Sure, I was dumb enough to say the Browns would somehow cover even though lose. But in doing so, I went against everything bad I said about them. Do you remember everything bad I said about them? Doesn't matter if you didn't. Just go back and watch Monday night's blowout because every single thing I said proved true. Baker Mayfield overthrew a wide open Odell Beckham Jr., who obviously spent the entire week being a whiny distraction. How else do you explain that after a 2-reception week 4, he got so inside Freddy's kitchen? That's clever. That's clever. He got so inside Freddy's kitchen with his bitching that he threw a pass on the first play and ran a reverse a few series later. He even returned a punt a few times, once later in the game, which of course he fumbled because he was carrying it like a loaf of bread. Jesus, OBJ, how many times have we said, carry the football like a purse, hold it with 2 hands, and put your head down so no one can make out your face? They're criminals. Richard Sherman felt so bad for Mayfield's shit game that he actually apologized for talking smack about him after the game when he said Mayfield never shook his hand before the game. A video later showed he did. Still, I can see why Mayfield wanted credit for that because they were the only pair of hands he hit all night. Actually, that's not fair. Mayfield completed a whopping 8 of his 22 passes, 10 if you include the 2 picks by the Niners, the first of which was by Sherman. Wow, if I'm Sherman, I'm not just shaking his hand before the game, I'm shaking it after it too, saying thank you. Meanwhile, Russell Wilson continues to put up numbers of an MVP on a team that's coming off 10 days rest, including the early night they got Monday night trying to study the NFC West rival 49ers, only to have the Browns put them to sleep at fucking halftime. God, I wish I bet the under on the Browns. I fucking did. Take the Seahawks and lay the 2 on the road. My next pick, the Chiefs are giving 4 to the Texans in Houston. There's an N in there. Doesn't matter where you put it. Why am I laying 4 points with a team that is coming off a slightly shorter week and seem to have a QB whose defenses have figured them out? Well, 1, because I'm an idiot. Even 6 likes the Texans. But mostly because the only thing redder than the Chiefs' uniform are their faces after being beaten by the Colts Sunday night. Well, that and Andy Reid's face after going up 1 flight of stairs. But there is something about teams that get embarrassed on national TV and the way they play the following week. Look for the Chiefs to remind us why Patrick Mahomes is the reigning MVP while he's raining down passes on a Texans defense that can't keep up. Chiefs -4. The dick pics are coming soon. They're coming out, and I don't even care. Thank God I have a pretty penis. What? Ha! My next pick. The Jags are laying 1 to the Saints in Jacksonville. Really? Maybe we've been so impressed watching the great play. I'm going to love this. Hold on. of Saints quarterback backup Teddy Bridgewater that we've forgotten how good the Saints defense is. But you know what we've really forgotten? The great play. You know what the great play of Bridgewater has really made us forget? That you need to be reminded of first? That Bridgewater Saints were surely one of the teams Colin Kaepernick's agent reached out to last month. You forgot that, didn't you? No, he made a huge deal of it last month when all these teams went down, losing their quarterback, sending out a letter and making sure everyone know my client can play. Really? Well, I can only imagine and please, someone scream that. Excuse me, please, someone screen grab this and make sure Cap sees it. Let's go over all the teams that needed a QB and see where they are, because every team he could have written is winning. The Panthers and Saints are fucking undefeated. Undefeated with Kyle Allen and Teddy B. Jacksonville and Gardner Minshew II is 2-2 with one of those losses coming to the aforementioned Allen, and the other only coming because Leonard Fournette couldn't pop in a 2-point conversion. Oh yeah, and I'm trying to remember what the Colts are. Atop the fucking AFC South, and they just beat the NFL MVP Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. Okay? You can keep going. Don't be shy. Don't be fucking shy with it. Pretend you're doing your job. In fact, the only person still talking about Kaepernick while he hides and waits for the next overreachable moment, see what I did there, are people who pretend he's still a good quarterback, like Rihanna, who said in a Vogue interview this week that she turned down the Super Bowl and all the millions you fucking get for it in support of Kaepernick, saying, I just couldn't be a sellout. I couldn't be an enabler. Things within that organization I do not agree with, I can't go along with, and I was not about to be of service to them in any way. If you ask me, the enablers, by the way, I saw how fucking shitty that looked. By the way, if you ask me, the enablers are Vogue for making it seem like those teams should have hired a QB who went 1-10 as a starter the last time he was a starter 3 fucking years ago, and pay him 25 times, yes, 25 times what rookie contract guys like Gardner Minshew and Kyle Allen are making. Do you understand that? And by the way, they already know the system. If he really wanted to play for a team, he would call the Dolphins because they want to fucking lose. They just don't want to pay him all that money because they're saving their money for next year. And if you don't believe how cheap they are, look at this. They just named a Jew the face of the franchise. Rosen, that's just... The Saints have a quarterback in Bridgewater who's used to playing games like this. Minshew is still on a learning curve, and while he won't be able to catch up with veteran Teddy in this game, he is still learning faster than Rihanna, who now, between Kaepernick and Chris Brown, keeps picking men who force him to take hits either in the wallet or the face. Take the Saints and the point you're getting. It'll be a pick 'em by the time you see this. No, don't, because you'll fuck up the teleprompter. All right, let's fucking do it. The Packers are giving 4 to the Lions in Green Bay on Monday night. Aaron Rodgers is having an absolutely incredible season. Don't believe me? Well, how about the fact the man who was a career 500 QB on the road just went into the Dallas Cowboys Stadium and put up 31 points, no sweat, in the first 3 quarters behind sharp passing. Not to mention, they did make us fucking sweat that last quarter, but we covered. And the rushing attack of Aaron Jones ran all over Dallas. I'm not saying the Packers offense will rely heavily on those Jewish name's Aaron again, but they've renamed their playbook for Monday night the Torah. Rodgers is 1 goal line pick away from having the Packers undefeated, and of the nearly 6,000 passes he's thrown in his career, that one on Thursday night is the only one that's ever been intercepted at the goal. It took a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence to give the Pack a loss against an Eagles team we're finding out now is very good. And you think Aaron is going to focus on the tragic one-time ever event? No. Just like a similar one-time ever event, the Holocaust, the German in Rodgers will just pretend it never happened. Take the Packers and lay the 4. Those are Geno's picks. Now, let's play Damn It's Been a Real Fine Day. What the fuck goes on in this place? 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks.